After having talked with Abaddon at length for a while, Norlis would approach wherever Sardonyx is. Did you... It seemed like he knew you. Did you know who this was, Miss Niflis?
Um, I. This is the frost giant known as Volvager. Oh, I'm sorry. I may have acted out of character. He has committed a great crime against my people.
I mean, if anything, I was the instigator this time. I quite literally did turn him into a worm, so I certainly can't fault you for anything that came afterwards, of course.
At least I've gotten revenge for Troubled.
This was recent, then, I'm assuming. This, or
I more or less I believe it was yesterday. So yes, actually very recent. He attacked people from Magdala, attuned himself to something, and then fled. Didn't expect to run into him this soon.
it's more than a day's travel away. No, that's
I y-
it's a distance.
in
No,
I'm supposed he got here by those skates. Seems it makes him very fast. If he thought he could run away from us, that is.
I suppose so. Oh, I guess the next appropriate thing to ask is, how are you feeling? I'd never seen you so bloodied before in a covered sense.
Oh.
Because there's no way Sardonyx is not drenched in blood at this point.
No, no. There's only two things that has ever gotten me this riled up. A liar and someone who breaks my trust. We opened our doors to let him in, and this is the stunt he pulls?
Okay. For quick clarification, I think it could have. I think I left it up to some vague certainties. It could have been up to 2 days ago, but the simple fact is, yeah, the those boots clearly, if used in certain ways, clearly would have made them speed up quite a bit. Additionally, as you're discussing this, behind you kind of reels up the frost salamander, which I believe is named Frost. And it begins to speak. I apologize for what allegiance I made with that creature briefly. Seems through my sadness I had forgotten my circumstance. I lived in those caves underneath that city as a means of staying away from that which I had been imbued to. Any ice giant I am forced to be loyal from, unless that which has been applied to me is removed.
Interesting.
I have a proposal for you.
Is it what you humanoids call surgery?
More or less, I want you to come live in Agdala. You can be with your next child and be safe from frost giants.
That would be quite acceptable. What is the
It's a Miss Herb, but did you say my name?
Hmm?
I swear that I heard you say Nornalis. You can come live in
Oh,
October.
no, I'm talking to the Frost Salamander.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, huh?
where is it exactly? Is it upriver and where upriver?
I,
You could just say you get
I
the
will
location.
take you there myself. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. However, there is something that I need to speak on. Give me one moment.
Okay, Normalus, if you are hearing this, you know Ogdollar is in the opposite direction of where you guys are going, and where you guys are going, the likelihood of you meeting other frost giants is not unlikely.
I feel like Amethyst wasn't aware of this.
No,
No,
I
I
think
am.
they
I
were.
was. I am
The-
not going to ask us to turn around. I'm going to say that flat out right now. But just continue and listen.
Okay.
Sir Andrin,
Yes.
you've asked me multiple times what's been bothering me.
Yes.
Well, when I got the message about Volvager, Girk also told me that the funeral for Madame Bro is tomorrow. I would really like to attend.
Okay.
Your teleportation spell. If you were to draw a sigil, let's say here, and use one from, let's say, Agdollar, would you be able to bring us back here?
full
Not this.
disclosure, there is no teleportation sigil on Ogdollar unless I said so in the past.
No. If he draws it. If he draws it.
I'm afraid not, no. In order for me to make a receivable, a place that can receive us through a sigil, I would have to cast this spell in the same place every day for a full year.
That is quite troublesome indeed. Well, I guess onward we go.
What about the salamander?
Hmm. If what he said, well, what he says is most definitely true. I don't think any of us can remove whatever compels him to work for Frost Giants. It would be safer if he stays here and then we return for him after we're done.
You use detect magic now.
I used
Oh yeah, I
dispel
should have
magic.
No,
Yeah,
didn't you
dispel
use
magic.
detect magic to see what the
Oh
giant
yes,
had?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
it was on the magic of that was on the giant stuff, but yeah, you would have noticed there is some type of magical object inside the salamander.
That is what I was.
Oh,
That was going to be my follow up.
wait.
You could attempt to dispel magic on the item inside of the salamander. I can't guarantee you it would work, but I'm no surgeon, that's for certain.
The ideas I kind of already did, and that seemed to have lessened its effects.
Less okay.
In that
Yeah,
moment, it might, it's. I'm sorry. Otherwise, does spell magic? Does that like, if you do spell magic on a magic item, that doesn't permanently like doom it or anything. It can just, in some cases, it can like situationally lessen it.
I can only tell you by casting the spell. I don't know. I believe
no, it's correct. It can only like end the magic effect, but it cannot affect the magic item itself.
Yeah. So basically, like next time it sees like if some time passes and it sees another frost giant and whatever. But also, otherwise, just in case you're unclear, you could say, oh yeah, just go upriver, keep going past the forest, and then there's a big valley, and just go along the valley until you see a big rock, and then go near the big rock. I mean, you could give more direct instructions of that, but it is a location the creature could theoretically go to without there being too much danger in a way.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I will tell it to do that since the other way would not work.
Or you could tell it to wait here and you just come back, which I don't know if you will.
No, I'm gonna tell it to go up river.
Okay. It seems to understand well enough your instructions, and I say you could well. Oh boy. I'm gonna say that depending on how well your instructions are, roll survival to see how well your like directions are, in terms of what you give to it. Because Axdollar isn't that far away.
I'm terrified. Okay.
Okay, you give pretty good directions. You've been down this path many, many, many times before. This is not an unfamiliar area for you. Okay. The frost thermometer seems to go up there. I'd say soon. As you're kind of doing things, Snorri kind of looks to some of you. He's like, what do we do about the boat? I don't remember if that's his voice.
Because
thing to do would be to identify it, which I can
it's
do.
kind of clear what it is, at least to some degree.
Yes, no, but I garnish more details from it than just looking at it by casting the spell.
Okay. Well, that works. But I will say, if it is a magic thing, I'm fine with staying behind and attuning to it. And then, I could head by Nardingon to maybe stay the night. See if the person I'm looking for is over there.
Well, let's see what it is first. And Norns will spend the next 11 minutes inspecting it with a pearl and owl feather.
Okay. This is a what do I call this? A reduction frost giant longship.
Okay.
It is basically, it functions like a folding boat, except the difference is instead of folding, it just becomes smaller, with its small size being that of the size of around of a cat. Its normal size being around the size of a normal longship, and then it can be enlarged again, making it a longship that's around like a bit larger. I'll get more decent specifications, but it's still a longship. It just becomes a much larger longship by like a good like 40 feet or something. I'll think of more specifications, but basically it becomes a larger to more accommodate creatures of a greater size.
Does it require attunement?
Yes. Additionally, it also is covered in like a frost of sorts, and can easily navigate in areas with heavy ice and whatnot in the waters without like having any normative issues that other boats would.
This certainly would be useful to have as a Just in general, honestly, it's as a means of escape, as a means of travel.
But it does require attunement over the course of a wait. Attunement normally occurs over the course of a long rest, correct? Or am I
No.
forgetting that?
Hour.
No?
It's an hour.
Okay. In that case, I should specify this one specifically does require attunement over the course of a long rest.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Let me actually think of if that was maybe Dom's point. That's what I originally intended for, but actually now I'll just make it normal. It attunes. It takes a normal amount of attunement time, so a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys can see reduction. Oh shit. Okay. So, what do you guys do? Do you stay longer or do you keep moving? What are the rest of you doing? And is anyone distributing the loot that's already been, I guess, found on the giant?
After finishing my talk with Weldotir, I'd actually go over to Sardonyx and pull her aside for a moment.
What? I heard my name.
Yeah. Abaddon kind of taps on his shoulder and motions for you to go to a bit of a quiet spot together.
Oh.
Mate,
I'm scared.
Mate, what happened there? You lost your shit.
I really did, didn't I? Thanks for Sir Andren, I kinda kept my cool.
Mate, you squeezed the giant's head into a jar. That's fucked up even for me.
What? No.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
The
wrong.
jar's
I'm not,
covered in blood. It is rather upsetting looking.
mate.
And the
Don't
giant
get me
head is
wrong.
squeezed into it as tight as you can get.
Don't catch my drift wrong. All right, I'm very impressed and rather proud. You know that is masterfully done. It just came out of the blue, you know.
Well, I sort of have an issue with this giant, as he attacked people from my village and critically injured Chambold, my childhood friend.
Okay, so it's personal. Okay, no, that explains it all. All right, now I was just a bit surprised, you know. That's all. But, you know, if you need to talk or something, you know, I'm kind of trying to learn to do that right now. It would be great practice for me to actually hear, listen, and try to care about other people's problems. So, I don't know, try that. That seemed really personal.
Yes, it was. Us opening our doors and then you attacking our people is a great disrespect in Agdola.
I think
And
that's
it
kind
is
of
punishable by death and your head hung.
I'm not to shit on your culture, but isn't that kind of a dick move everywhere?
Yeah, but we do a lot of trading, so it's kind of rules that are enforced.
So it's a
Now
double dick move.
Yeah, now his head must be hung on the highest tree.
Hey, shit, I'm done.
Well, that's to say for when I get back home, if we have the time.
I'll say we'll make time.
There's a lot I have to do.
Well, you gotta take it a step at a time. Might not win a race, but you do still get to where you need to go. But I think the others are kind of aching to get going, so I'll
Yes,
leave
it's
it with
just.
I'll leave it with Well done, mate. That's a pretty good kill. And I fuck off.
Just tailoring to the forgetfulness of Abaddon now, you're the one who killed him.
I fell
You
asleep
did.
when that happened. Alright, this.
Yeah, along with Snorri, weirdly enough.
Look, to be fair, you know, a lot has happened in these past 5 minutes, so, you know. Forgive me.
I just saw your message now, Dre. Thank you.
Ooh.
Well, should we get to move on?
Yeah. I'm already walking.
Now Norlis wanted me to want to pipe up about this. Everyone else would be aware. No. Sardonyx and Abaddon would be aware that the giant is wearing ice skates, and we've seen ice skates before.
Have you?
Yeah.
We have.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
I knew you were. It was implied. I didn't know if you actually saw them. When did you see them?
Through the ice.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe you. Yeah, no, you guys saw a tomb, like a grave, not grave. Sorry, you saw like a coffin made of stone, and it was believed they were in there.
Okay, you might be
But
right.
I do not believe you saw the boots itself.
Okay, well, let me rephrase. You've heard of ice skates. The giant is wearing ice skates.
I already noted that.
How? They're bigger than you are.
I never said I'm wearing it.
How are you? No. Like, they're each.
Oh, I was helped.
Each ice skate, while it was attuned to the giant, is bigger than you are.
So you'd have to attune it to you to get them smaller, or
That
just
is
take
exactly
them off
what
and
I am
hope they get
saying.
smaller.
That is exactly what I am saying. Yes.
I thought we just picked it up.
No, they did not shrink back down to an original size. They would adjust to the user size when attuned. That's how attunement works with worn objects. So anything the giant wielded or wore is giant size, so cannot just be looted.
Good to know.
Like the
Good
large
to know.
sending stone, that's probably just a straight up fucking boulder. Like just
you're
an
back.
absolute boulder.
Well, that is what we found. But let me rephrase it.
Yeah,
we
like-
found these items.
So do you guys stay here a little while to attune to these items, or do you try to drag them with you and keep going?
Titus wants to fucking attune to the items. Norlis doesn't.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
But I'm not the
I
only
would
opinion
say-
here, so
The Snorri kind of says again, I can attune to some of these things and stay. Perhaps it's someone else. Well, you continue forward, and I'll meet you up later. Or I could drag them onto a boat and attune to. Well, actually, wait. Do things on the boat become smaller? I don't know. Well, I could stay behind and do what I can. Sorry, let me get the voicing. I can stay behind and do what I can if needed.
Zebabu, Kowarim, Uhtred, do you guys have any
Yeah, I was gonna
opinions
ask
on
you, Fred,
this?
you okay? You jumped out for a second there. I didn't know if
Can
you
you
were
guys hear me?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
I can hear you now. You're
Yeah.
muted for a while.
God. I need to fix my Discord. It's showing that I'm muted the entire time. Like right now, it's saying that I'm not talking.
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Obviously you can hear me.
Ooh, that
Yes.
explains. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I guess it works. It just doesn't switch the muted or unmuted thing. Sorry. Okay. That's weird. Sorry. I'll talk when it's more normal. You're just probably just chilling. I don't think he's talking to anybody. He probably is like
Is
looking at the boat the
Is
entire
it
time.
possible your headphones have integrations with Discord somehow, but they don't quite work?
I
And so
doubt
you might
it since I haven't
accidentally be
switched
mute on your
headphones.
headset, but it's not doing anything.
No. It's just showing that I'm muted on Discord, but it's clear that you guys can hear me because you're responding to me. That's more like
Okay.
here's what I see right now. It's like do you know the thing where you like unmute and mute a bunch and then you can see that? I don't want to get to like
Yeah.
problems. It works for now. I'm just saying that
Oh.
it's just that's why. Yeah, that's what I see. I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, Uhtred would probably just be like looking at the boat, seeing if like there's any way to move it, or if it's just kind of stuck. He'd probably spend the entire time while these people are talking doing that, and like seeing if anybody needs healing. That'd probably be the two things he would do.
Alrighty.
I don't think he would
Garum,
talk to anybody or anything.
Garum Javibu.
Corum walked up to you and went, "Don't worry, I'm going to give you the good touch."
Oh god.
Thank you.
Before spitting in his hand and rubbing it on your wound.
My wound is frostbite, so you just functionally lotioned my arms and legs with your saliva is how I envision this now.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
He quickly walks to the river and starts washing his arms.
The
Javibu?
woman. Oh, sorry, go on.
And Joe's probably just hanging out, watching for more danger.
Do any of the three of you have any opinions about wanting to stay and attune to these items before we try to leave?
Can my elk attune to something?
No.
Snorri said they would stay behind and tune to something,
I'm aware.
and you could possibly try to ask some of the other ones. You see the woman Hogan's talking to seem to cross the bridge and head back to her village. And then Hogan kind of looks to some of you. I and my boys could stay behind if you'd like and attune to this, set up this boat if we could get it fixed. And then we'll meet you down farther down the river, Berhay, if you'd like.
Question, how smart does a creature need to be able to attune to something?
Good question.
I think the creature needs to be permanent in order to attune to something.
My steed is permanent.
What is it? What it is?
Yeah.
Like it's now just it's still not just alive and that like, it'll never go away.
Yeah.
Until he
If the speed
until he
from 0 hit
resummons
points
it.
disappears. Yeah, you can do some. Oh, yeah, there's that. But also, yeah, I don't know if it would have the capability to attune to it.
I mean, it
I
has
might have.
six.
I might.
It
I
has,
might.
it has
I'll
6
consider
intelligence.
Feature. 'Cause I don't want to. I don't want to say like, oh yeah, animals can't attune to things, and then have it be like, oh yeah, I want my crow to attune to this like crow magic like beak gauntlet thingy that has a knife on the end, like a bayonet for its beak or something. I don't know, like that's magic somehow. Like I don't want to take that with possible future from you, but I don't think it would work that well.
What I'm seeing as I'm looking things up is all creatures have 3 attunement slots, not just player characters.
Now, will your elk willingly attune to it? Do you have the ability to speak to your elk to let it know what you need
Yep.
to do? Does it know what attuning is? Does it have like the? Does it Can you teach it how to do that?
I mean, it's got 6 intelligence, and I can telepathically communicate with it.
Yeah, you'd have to guide for the process. Maybe it might not. It might be confused. But, so you
Elk
can
fucking
okay, so you can
furiously.
telecommunicate. Like, how well does it understand? Does it just understand basic like things, or does it understand you fully?
It's got 6 intelligence, and I can speak into its brain, and it understands 1 language.
Okay, that's not too bad. I'd say you could maybe try working on some stuff. What were you going to have your? Now, keep in mind, what were you going to attune the stag or the elk to?
The boat.
Okay. Given that it can't speak normally, why do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I forgot about the speaking part.
Okay. And the other option would be have it attuned to the skis, which, unless they suddenly turn to 4 skis, or, well, they might. I mean, they might attach to like hooves, maybe, but they'd probably just be 2, and you know, it might not be the most effective thing for it to do that. It also might not. You might have to like keep them on the thing. It might not like them on there. Okay, back to the thing. What are the rest of you doing in terms of the circumstances? Are you guys staying or leaving? Because some people have requested they'll stay behind so you can go, and other people want to just leave. What does I guess normalist? Do you go and question anyone about what their goals are, or what?
Somebody speaks up. Nornless is making his way, gathering up the horses to move forward.
Okay. You guys are down 2 horses, so those 2 people, I think, were both guards, will now walk. Oh, actually, one of them might have been Abaddon's horse. Actually, now I think about it.
God
if Abaddon
damn
was
it.
the front. Well, you could. Well, wait, were you in the front, Abaddon? I don't remember.
Oh, I was pretty far in the front.
Okay. So one guard, and Abaddon will walk, unless you want to convince someone else to get your horse back.
Is there any chance that I can ride along with Nornless? Or is it like a really
I would
small
kind of view it as a 2-seater. So who else was riding with Nornless?
No one.
Yeah, you could ride with Nornless.
Nornless is in a carriage. Like I bought a carriage.
I'll sit in the carriage with you and take shifts.
Okay. Does anyone else stay behind? Do you try to bring any of the boots with you, or do you guys just? Snorri had like requested they can stay behind to attune to one of the things, and so did Hogan and their group. Did anyone take them up on their claims, or did you just kind of say silent go?
I would tell them it's okay to stay back and attune to some things and meet us up the river.
Okay.
Who is? Wait, who's
Whom?
attuning?
Snorri requested that they could stay behind attuned to one of the things, and so did Hogan, with the assumption that Hogan would have their
and
group
his
with them.
yeah, Hogan and his men are the people I would be talking to because that's who I brought here.
Okay.
I am so tempted to get those skates.
You could stay behind and meet the party up at a later point.
I'm down to help. Like, if we do need somebody, I'm down to help Snorri, since that's kind of that's my problem to deal with. Abaddon can also take my horse if I need to stay back. Or actually, no. I probably should
didn't
just
have
keep
a
it so I
horse.
can get back. Did I walk?
Yeah, you said you walked.
Oh,
Hey, roll
Giga
off
Chad.
horse. Damn.
Giga Chad. Oh yeah, true, because I can walk faster. I keep forgetting that I can walk faster than everybody. It's like the stupidest thing that I have. Did you know that I get 5 speed? I'm like level 8. Oh, that's so dumb. It's just... Yeah, I'll stay back with Snorri if Snorri wants somebody to stay with them, and I'll try to catch up with everybody because I can run.
Wait, just to confirm, you guys are level 9 or level 8?
Level 9.
We're level 9. I was
Okay,
making.
good. I just want to confirm because
that's...
I keep thinking, are you guys level 8 or 9? And I always have to check, like, okay, you're level 9. I'm like, I always get like confuzzled. Forget.
Sorry, it's actually level 6, so I get 5 more speed.
Ooh.
I know,
Yeah,
crazy.
level 9.
Right. So, is it Snorri? Okay, there's 2 things, so I'm going to guess, were you, Utra, did you have the idea to stay behind with Snorri and do both things? Like, the 2 of you do both things? Or, like, just focus in on the ice skates and have the other men do the ship?
whatever Snorri said he wanted help with the ship, right? So I'll just focus
Yeah,
on
he could
whatever
do a
Snorri
ship
wants to
and
do.
yeah, ship
Can
and
we do
like,
both?
do ice skates.
Yeah, one
Just
do the
do
ship,
have
one
we
do the-
described the ice skates yet or no?
Yeah, they are large, like actually I have an image somewhere. They're these large, like decorative ice skates with runes on them, and like various I say runic imagery. And they clearly have like this sharp. Well, since they're skates, they have this sharp, but ridge of metal at the bottom. I'll have to get an image, and they are very obviously magical. And I'd say Uhtred, do a you could do a Arcana or History check to know something about them. But before you do that, is the idea that you and Snorri would stay behind as the only two people, and like you would get the boat and the ice skates done, and then
If
assumably
everybody
take the boat
else,
down the river and meet the people up later.
if we could, do I think that would? Does everybody think that would work? Like that we'd be able to get there in time to catch up with everybody?
Well, it depends on where you decide to stop. Here,
Yeah.
I'll show a map.
Uh,
So I didn't mean to have you guys stay
what
here
is
as long. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I want to make sure everything is like fully done and stuff since I guess haven't been here last week. Yeah, if I can, I'll ask Snorri if Snorri wants to do the boat or the skates. Snorri, which one do you want to do?
Either I think the boat's fine with me since I initially said that. You could take the skates if you want.
Okay, I'll try to attune to the skate site then. And then if we get both, I think. Okay, so we're in Yi right now, right?
No, you are here. I'll just remove the.
No, we're in the bridge. Sorry, we're at the where the shark is.
Yeah, you're at Trout Bridge.
Gotcha. And so if we meet with them at Volstad,
Yeah, Valstad's the next place the river converges with a place that's near a trail. Or you
Yeah,
could
so,
do it a little farther, like at Tark's Well, if you wanted to.
no, well, yeah, if we converge with them there, then we can just make a decision of like wherever the boat goes. Like we can just figure out if we want to keep it or not, or sell it somewhere, or do whatever with it. So yeah, I think that's a good plan. Does anybody have any issues with this at all, or anybody want to do anything
Nope,
before
no
you
issues
go?
with that.
No, you guys are fine.
Is there any locals here that like live nearby that would like need help while we're attuning at all? Or anybody that like
You
would be
could.
staying with us?
Well, there was the woman that looks like she's heading back to her village, but you could, since you have to be close to the thing you're tuning it, and one of it's a giant boat, you can't really move around too easily with that.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be anyone in the fishing shack.
Okay. Are there beds in this shack?
There might be. You could check. You don't know.
I
It
would
might be
go.
locked. No one's checked.
Okay, no one's checked. I'll look at the shack.
Now keep in mind this will only take an hour to attune to these things.
Okay,
As in, it would only take a short rest.
gotcha. Wait. It only takes an hour. Wait. Does Snorri just want the boat? Wait, because then if I just grab these for
Well, they're
the
big.
skates,
The shoes,
They
the
are
skates
giant
are
size.
giant size. So unless they seem to magically become smaller once you yank them up a giant because it's giant's dead, you'd you'd assumedly
I
have
will.
to like carry
Are they still
them.
on the giant right now?
Has anyone removed them from the giant?
Sardonyx, you did.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Me or Sardonyx?
Yes, you. If you're looking at the boots, roll a perception check.
Okay. One sec. Internet's not working. I might have a lot of.
I could roll it for you if Roll20 is glitching on your end.
It's either Roll20 is glitching or I've just rolled perception 3 times and I can't see it. One sec. I guess my internet's not.
Yeah,
the
I
best
don't
since
I don't
moved.
see you rolling anything.
One sec. Let me retry it one sec before I ask you for help. There we go.
There we
I see
go.
that. Okay. You would notice that now that the boots are removed from the giant, and since the giant's dead and can't do it, they actually do look to be getting smaller in size. Like
Hmm.
every couple, like it looks to be that they do look somewhat smaller than they were minutes ago, and you don't think you could probably, based on their current size, there's no way they would fit onto the giant. They do look to be
Gotcha.
actively shrinking.
I will ask Sardonyx, could I get the skates? Does anybody else want them to attune to them before I take them? Because if anybody else
You
wants to,
can,
they can.
you can ask, but by all means. And she'll hand you the skates.
Okay. And
Well,
then Uhtred would look at the we're not on the map right now, but Uhtred would go to the shack and like kind of go down that hill under the
yeah.
with the way that the
yeah,
map describes it, like kind of like a bit down, and like look to see if the shack is unlocked or not.
Yeah.
I'll move myself down there.
Rashak,
Is it kind of like a
appears to
fall?
be
Yeah.
it appears to have be locked. However, you notice there is a window that is open.
I'd look in the window.
There doesn't appear to be anyone in there. There is like a standalone closet, a small bed, like some what looks to be like some like a metal pot and a couple other things.
Can
As
I
well
open the
as some
window?
like a cabinet with some stuff in it.
Can I open the window?
Yeah, you can try.
What do I want? What do you sleight of hand check or just straight up
That's
Yeah,
fine
sure.
athletics?
for
Do
Or...
it.
it.
Sleight of hand. Did I not say the window was already open?
Oh, sorry.
You
If it
did.
is open. Oh,
Because I was thinking
I
like,
just
oh,
messed
did
up.
I
I was,
not speak for
oh,
him?
okay. Yeah, I jump in the thing to see if there's anything else when I jump inside.
Yeah, there is all sorts of like stuff. There's like you see like some dried garlic that's hanging from the ceiling. There is like looks to be like a some fishing tackle. There's a bed. You see like looks to be like a small barrel of something. It might be alcohol, it might be water, it might be something else. Just some various household stuff.
Gotcha. Does it look like somebody currently lives here?
It seems like it's more of like a mostly of a storage thing, but it does have a bed. It could be someone's main house, or it could be like a secondary home. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't look like anyone's been here super recent. Albeit it could be because they died to the wolves.
Gotcha. I'm not gonna steal anything. Do I see any like things that look like somebody left precious items or anything? If not, I'll just go.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing immediately precious. You don't see any like silver spoons or anything.
Gotcha. I would I'll just walk out and be like,
And
okay, well,
drag
that was
the boots with you as you walk, I guess,
yeah.
as they kind of slowly get smaller.
Huh.
Okay.
That's weird.
So I'd say Snorri stays behind unless Sardonyx wanted to kind of sell her case for the guard staying instead. Since
No.
navigating with a boat as one person might be a little difficult. Albeit they could always just walk with a boat in hand if they make it small.
I trust Snorri. I believe in them. We'll meet up with them at the town.
Indeed.
Valstad or okay, yeah.
Yeah, Valstead. It should be. You said it's only an hour to wait for that attunement, right? For the boat, or was it overnight? For
It
the
should
boat?
be only an hour.
Okay. If it's only an hour, we should be able to meet them in the town. They might actually, depending on how far everything is, it might be quicker depending on the
Okay.
currents I get.
So to move things along, I'll say that you guys now leaving Snorri, move up ahead. You continue on the trail heading northward. Kind of the woods get a bit dark in here, but it's not necessarily because of like it's mostly just because the woods are thick. It's not necessarily because it's getting dark. It is around I'd say, from my memory, like noon, maybe getting close to 1 p.m. And I'd say some more hours pass. Seeing, yeah, another hour passes. I would say, yeah, another hour passes or so, and then you guys get to. I'd say around at 1 p.m. is where you get to this next place, which is Yi. You come upon a rather odd village. It's if you have some like merry-go-lucky music or something goofy, play this. Um, Actually, I think there's some bardcore in one of the sections. Okay, but basically you see a rather odd village. It's a small little like section of this like gated area with like what looks like an inn or something, and there's a couple of small houses. Then a like raised bridge that seems to attach to like this island of sorts, with several other raised bridges. Uh, that kind of and these islands of sorts come out from this deep pit that looks like it goes down a couple hundred feet. Um, it's a rather strange place. You can see a couple gnomes of all things looking down at you from the bridge, or not a bridge, from from some of these upper bridges of sorts. As you kind of begin to pass through, they stay silent, just kind of looking at you for the most part. Albeit some of them seem to talk amongst themselves.
Did it take to get to? Wow. Try again. How long was our travel from the giant fight to Yi?
An hour.
Okay. Norlis just politely waves to anyone they pass path with.
Some of the gnomes look a little uncertain, but they seem to wave. They look a little surprised seeing what looks to be a group of warriors here, in kind of a very mixed group. Some seem to talk among themselves, whispering, and others seem to talk more out loud. But you guys continue marching over the road. Do you stop here, or do you continue going?
Norlis sees no reason to stop, so unless anyone else says otherwise. No.
No.
Okay, you keep going. There's a bit of ruins here that seems interesting, and there also seems to be one of the island with a bunch of benches. And that's what you see as you exit the town. I'm sorry, did I cut someone off? I'm sorry, go on. I didn't realize I started.
No, it's just I'm not the only opinion here, and
Yeah, sorry, I kind of went a bit fast with that.
I
Albeit
had
that
also
was
said no. I would continue as well.
yes,
yeah, I assumed it was gonna go on that way.
yeah, but it's good to ask and not assume.
Yeah. Does anyone try to interact with the gnomes, or you just keep walking?
I remember Abaddon had some interest in the gnomes.
townies.
Sorry, didn't mean to talk over you. What did you say, Kara?
You said whoever spoke.
Corum has no business with the townies.
Okay.
I remember Abaddon had some interest in gnomes.
Abaddon, are you awake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am awake, and for time's sake, the gnomes can wait.
He's just marking down their location.
Yeah,
I know
I
where you
still
live.
he's still pissed at them. He's not over it.
I don't even think they did anything to you.
It was quite a few sessions ago, back with Tearfling and the volcano. You know that they kind of talked down to Abaddon.
They did.
He no likey that.
I mean, only in a racist way.
Yeah.
I like saying that
You're
sentence.
so
That
wrong.
was
It's He gets to thunder punt at least one of them. At least one of them.
These might be unassociated gnomes. You don't know.
Yeah, but that's my racism.
Oh, don't be
They're
racist.
Because I'm a villain. Yeah, I get it. They can be racist to me.
Yeah, rules for thee, not for me. Debabu, do you have any interest in Mario stomping them, I guess? I don't know.
No.
Alrighty. Tally ho.
Okay, I had a quick question for one of you. Sardonyx, could you go in the hidden secret so quick?
Okay.
I come back home from fucking my holiday and I've seen someone touched my room.
You.
No, someone else. Fucking literally first thing I walk into my room and go, someone's touched my room. Or fucking
So anyways, I start blasting.
goddamn the cork on it was, well, someone's agitated it so it fucking
That was a fucking delicious pop. Holy shit.
That was pitch perfect.
That was
like,
fucking some perfect Foley work. Oh my god. Like, I was standing in front of the bottle for a moment. I saw it happen.
yeah, it's because someone's agitated it so it's built up a shit ton of pressure.
Someone.
Yeah, fucking what me? I haven't been out of my house for like 5 days.
Okay, that was all. Okay, so you guys keep going,
Yes.
and I'd say, you would make it to, well, actually, let me go back to the thing. You guys seem to leave Yi, a place you've been only in briefly, and you keep moving around. I would say you guys continue going, and you guys seem to pass briefly, what seems to be a cave. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. As in by the, essentially by the trail, on the left side of the road, based on where you're going, to your left, there would be this, open little grassland, and next to it is a cave of sorts. Let's see, who would know this? Okay, Nornlist, you were originally intending to go after and search for, Felden necessarily in the Underdark. That was a plan you've had for a while. How well would you think you would know, necessarily general maps of the Underdark?
Not terribly well, I don't believe, no.
Okay, in that case, roll a survival check at disadvantage.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
Okay, you aren't really, yeah, this is just a normal cave. You don't think it goes to the Underdark, based on what your memory is. It might be a dangerous cave, it might be a safe cave, given it's so close to the gnomes, you're not really sure. You know it's a cave, that's about it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys continue walking?
Yes.
No, I mean, yeah.
Okay. So, you guys would continue going along, and soon, I'd say, around another hour since getting to Yi, you managed to get to Valstad. That would have given, Snorri around an hour to get the boat to Valstad. You don't quite see them immediately, but as you get to the area, you kind of look down the river and you do see them. It looks like they'll probably be here in a couple minutes. As in, you see the boat with one person kind of going along the river. However, Valstad itself is a rather upsetting location. The place smells rather awful. It is a, let me see if I can find the location for the map first. But it simply appears to be a place that perhaps in the past was maybe also not that great of a place. It's like this raised, like, location along the river with this kind of nasty bridge to get to it. With this like kind of cruddled fortress kind of at the top, which looks like it's received damage in the past per se. A lot of the homes are kind of hovels and not in great state, and mostly kind of surrounding bits of farmland. However, what is blatantly clear is there's like active, kind of, it looks to be a lot of, well, no one's there except bodies. There's vultures and more so buzzards flying about here, very along with ravens and maybe some crows. You see maybe one or two dead wolves, but mostly it's people. It seems to be that the Flager clan must have done some stuff here to get some bodies out, but mostly has just left things as it is. Oh god. There's one piece of information here that I honestly won't. I'm fine with creating new things for this because there's no way you know this, but Abaddon, do you remember anything that Arthur told you?
Wait, Arthur?
One of the original characters in this game.
Arthur Morgan?
The rabbit, the Harengon.
Boah, Bruder.
I will create some stuff. As in, I can basically say that they would have told you this, but I don't know if they did. But as in, that's my memory. At the very least, I'd say that you knew that they had mentioned coming here.
Like
and
in their
they did some stuff
backstory?
here. Yeah, and what I would then say is that you would know that when you guys were in Vala that last time before, well, not that last time, that second to last time. The last time you went, it was just you walked through it, and most people were dead. But that second to last time, there was a ship from the Flager clan that had dropped off, and that's where that's actually where that ship is what Victorian had stuck aboard, and that ship was looking for Arthur, as Arthur apparently had beaten someone here, the Baron, and
Didn't Argus shoot the
and
guy?
had removed the Baron's eyes, apparently. And Arthur had told you that they did beat the person, but didn't remove their eyes.
Dude, I remember that.
Okay.
I
That's what
remember
you would
that
know about here.
I remember that Argus shot someone in the face with his harpoon gun.
But it is blatant that the wolf attacks had absolutely decimated this place. It was already in a pretty bad, dire situation. As in, it was like, it's clear the Baron was kind of leading things and staying up in their fortress while the people here lived a pretty decrepit lifestyle. But kind of, hoarding the wealth here, but also there just wasn't a good safe place for a lot of people to go besides the fortress, and because of the stuff with Arthur, clearly they locked it up. And no, people were not able to get inside, it looks like. And it's just now a horrific ghost town. You also would know that if it was most likely, like, it's okay, I'll say after a couple minutes, if you guys standing around here, the boat soon gets to location, and you see it becomes clear that because of the awkward bridges here, the boat can't kind of go over them. It would just have to kind of stop in place. Like in most this clearly it is only meant for like smaller boats and whatnot, and this boat seems to just have kind of, it's big enough that it is kind of clogging up parts of a river here and there. Not too heavily, but it's clear that Snorri would have to stop it and make it small in order to get over these bridges, which they look to start doing. As this is happening, what are you guys doing? Sorry, that was a lot of information.
Mainly just looking around, reminiscing.
I would wait, you said Snorri's here, right? So I would start trying to help Snorri.
Okay. Snorri seems to move to the side and makes the boat small and seems to dive in the river and picks it up. It's like the size of a cat, and they kind of move it up to you after kind of. Sorry. It was a bit a little spooky. I saw some winged creatures in the woods, but it was all right, I think. Yeah. They say looking kind of perturbed, like they look like they were kind of a little scared on their own. Perhaps something happened, perhaps not. You're not really sure.
You all good now?
I think so. I, I think so. They say looking at this place, it looks relatively in horrible state and clearly has the stench of like death just along here with week long, rotten bodies. Actually, more than
Oh.
that. It's actually probably more like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So a lot of the rot's necessarily not as deep and not as heavy. I guess it's not bad. It doesn't smell that bad. I guess. Still smells bad. I guess more so a lot of the corpses they would kind of put in piles. So yeah, that would maybe contribute to the smell. Okay. If you guys don't stick here longer, do you guys continue on the trail, or do you want to try to utilize the boat Snorri's gained to continue on past the bridge?
We should continue on foot.
Okay. Snorri joins you on foot, and you guys continue walking. Is that everyone, just to confirm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you go, I would like to mention one thing. Abaddon, do a history or an insight check.
I mean, to the advantage. A 3.
Okay, yeah, you don't. There's nothing. I'm not even gonna tell you anything. Okay. I would say now it's around like. I mean, maybe I oversighted it a little bit. Let me actually rethink the timing. So it was you guys got up at like 7 or 8 a.m. in Nor. Maybe like an hour passed, or maybe less than that. Yeah, let's say 7 and 8. So at 8 you left Nor, went to Talev. You didn't stay in Talev very long, and then I'd say maybe 20 minutes max or so. Then we have 2 hours into Norveger. So 9, 10.
Is the exact time
And
horribly
then-
important?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 10, and then we have 11, noon. It should be 1 p.m. right now. Okay. So yeah, it's around 1 p.m. right now, and then I'd say you continue from Valstad, and around another hour in, you guys get to another location, which is Tark's Well. I would like you all to do. Actually, who has a passive perception over 15?
I do.
Me.
Okay. You would hear, you'd see in the distance a little bit of fire brewing, like from a campfire or something, towards the location that you believe there's a well is at, indicating there may be some presence along the trail.
Is it just along the path? Like,
Assume it, yes.
Nornis would let people point out the smoke to everyone.
Well, should we investigate it or?
I believe it's on our way, so we have to one way or another.
Alright, fair enough.
It's also, only proper, really.
What do you mean? Cover him?
Yes.
What do you mean? Only proper.
I mean, it's only proper to check a source of fire when, in the woods.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys keep going forward, and I might add some tokens to this map. But you get to what seems to be an encampment of sorts, which seems to have some humans, but mostly Goliaths present, and maybe some orcs as well, or maybe it's a half orc. And initially, as you get close, they seem to kind of take up arms a little bit in fear, a little like uncertainty, to what's necessarily your presence or goal is. There's a human with a pitchfork, along with some mini Goliaths with more typical, with some axes and whatnot, and they seem to kind of be a little uncertain to what your goal is or who you even are.
Abaddon, seeing this, very quickly stands up from the carriage and shouts out in giant, Grüß Gott, meine Freunde, was macht ihr hier? And those of you who can speak giant basically understand, be greeted by the gods, what are you doing here? My friend.
Ruka, Skirben, Flat Elk, which says, we are refugees from Flat Elk. Mostly of the Old Order, but some are humans, not from Flat Elk.
Ni finsta mänsklighet finner jag aldrig. Basically means humans and Goliaths from Flat Oak. How intriguing.
No, you can't. Gresker Balkan Aslog no Ka, which means no, they're from Aslog.
My bad. Well, they're a bunch of refugees from Aslog.
There's like maybe a couple humans, which would simply be people from Aslog, and one of them seems to have a pitchfork, and the rest seem to mostly be Goliaths.
I would ask in giant if they can speak common. If the Goliaths can speak common at all.
Some of them do. Let me see if I can find one. One of them comes forward and begins to speak a little bit. I can speak a bit of common per se. Let me find the token I'll use for this. What do you wish of us? Who are you? It's kind of speaking towards the group, not necessarily just to you.
Oh, okay.
Just passing through, actually. I heard the name Flat Elk. You from there?
No, they're from Aslan.
I am from Flat Elk. Where are you asking? Wait, the humans or the Goliath?
Whoever just spoke to me. They spoke to me and I replied. Because I don't speak giant.
Okay. As you start to speak to this person, Abaddon, you start to realize something very odd. Not only you recognize this person, but this isn't someone you've seen for necessarily like it's been a hot minute since as in you've seen this person since the start of the game meta-wise, but this seems to be the surviving Goliath other than Attic that you saw in Borgard. As in, I will move you to the map so you can see their token.
Wait, what?
A new map?
Oh, were you not already in?
We
what map
went back.
what did I put you guys onto? There we go. I
Mm.
have no clue what I put you in that short minute. Okay, here you're on this. And the person you're speaking to is this. They seem to be a martial artist of some kind with some brass knuckles. And they seem to be leading this group of some fighters, but a lot of there'd be some more people here of women and children, most of which are Goliaths. Some half orcs, and again some humans. Who are you? What are your intentions? We are simple refugees. We do not mean you harm.
Yeah, we
And
mean
why
our
are you heading north?
To find somebody?
Are you mad?
Um,
Yes.
yeah. I'd surmise that's an apt description.
Then that makes sense. You'll only find pain. We had to sneak by the bridge up north. Some of us were safe along in Gubwilder, but they only have so many rooms there. It can only keep so many. Much of their grain and storage has been lessened by the lack of trade in these last 2 weeks. We are hoping to find refuge farther south, maybe as far as Akdalar or Kurtambo.
See,
Where are you headed exactly? If Gugboulder, then I apologize for any dismay you may have said. That is a relatively safe location. Well, as of current.
I don't remember the location in which I need to go to, but I say the name of the location in which we need to head towards.
I don't exactly know what you had in mind. Do you mean the lakes, or do you mean the
Yeah, I think it was the
bridge
lakes,
where
right?
you need to meet the people? Okay.
It was wherever the guy
There's
said that we need to go is the direction that Nornos is heading.
Okay. Okay. Which guy? Or you mean in the dream? Or sorry, sorry, you mean one of the no what's it called? The Norns. Okay, yeah. Oh, we're keeping with that. I can't okay.
Well, that's the direction they're heading.
Okay. You see? Alright. Well, that's a dangerous place. That bridge pass was. We had to sneak by there. There was a sleeping hill giant, and that was just one of the guards there. I think they have more now.
Mm.
We managed to get through, but we're fairly sure the position we were at in the past was taken out over. Those brave men who helped protect us that brief time seem to have head farther north. I think they call themselves the Blue Ravens. There was a dragonborn, a half-orc, but they had some other fellows with them that seemed to have headed to Flat Elk prior to prior to that final attack.
See.
Apparently they were quite famous in Gugboulder. Apparently they fought against the wolves there for quite a while. Either way, why do you want to go to that bridge? Or was that ruined bridge per se?
So,
at that time, I only remember seeing the sleeping giant, albeit there probably would be some more people
The
there.
bridge is but a
Were we eaten
direction,
by a
not a
giant?
destination.
Huh?
The bridge is but a direction, not a destination.
Ah. In that case, I turned to me thinking you're mad. The flat elf tundra fields are a dangerous place right now. Dorak's men are all around there. Njorlog's been attacked the other day. I'm not sure what happened to Skull, albeit I think they were mostly displaced by the wolves. I mean, Borgard's been gone, but that was because of the wolves, we think. Well, I say. I might know a little more about that, but you get the point. Actually, I know it's because of the wolves. But things aren't good.
So I've heard. Abaddon, are you responding to this guy at all? Apparently you recognized him.
Abaddon?
Cheesecake? No way, we was literally just talking. Cheesecake!
Just
It
Hello?
is your turn to
Hello?
put your teachings to the test and talk to this man.
yeah.
Zip.
Look, mate. I mean, we're just going through. We need to find an old friend of ours. I know it's a dangerous path, but we've done a lot of stupid shit before, and this is by far not the dumbest thing we've ever done. I think.
This is a man you apparently recognize.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm talking casually to him and not threatening him.
Okay.
I did. I kind of. I guess there aren't that many blue tieflings. I kind of just kept things as is. So it's you. Whatever.
It is the only me.
That whom I
You are
served.
me.
I do not know their fate. I believe they fought in Flat Elk to the very end, but I'm not fully sure if that's what actually happened. I fear that most likely that which she serves, being the, well, shit, I'll talk my tongue. Not prophet, sorry, the Oracle of Scotty, I think has most likely fallen in Scotty. Sorry, in Flat Elk. Which means the Mooselight may be in an awkward position now. I've heard rumors that Dorak is apparently going to commission a new Mooselight and already has, but I don't really know. I've done my best to protect the refugees here.
Nobody can ask more of you, friend. You've done something quite honorable.
I know what happened to Borgard. You guys went to east. What happened to Vala? I haven't heard anything about that settlement. Not that it's that large, but
It's best if you see for yourself.
I don't have the grievance or time to do such a thing.
And my word will bring no report of it.
Okay, well. Meta-wise, you're talking as if it's a really bad thing, but if these guys continue down, they're going to see something worse than what happened in Vala, because there's more people in Valstad, but yeah. Anyway, Well, I can't give you too much to really aid you except for information, but
Information is
if
great.
you're heading, do you fully intend to fight off against Dorak's men, or do you tend to bribe them, or what, to get into those lands?
The Current
Would you
ongoing
like-
plan is supposed to be as peaceful as possible.
Which clan?
Plan.
Which clan?
Plan.
Plan.
Plan. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Plan.
Well, then I'd say stealth would be your option, but you could probably negotiate to some extent. They seem to not attack dwarves. I don't really know what that is about. And I've heard they're awaiting some type of lawman. I don't really get it. I don't understand. But albeit, if that, I've heard some rumors. I don't fully get what's going on, but I know that there's some weird things happening, and I also don't know where Dorak is. I have no clue. I believe they were in the final siege of Flat Oak, but I actually genuinely do not know. I was far out of Flat Oak by that time. And even the refugee camp we held for a while is now gone, from my understanding. That's why we're here. Only a few that made it. If you have nothing else to tell us and we have nothing else to tell you, you can be on your way.
Safe travels to you.
Wait, actually, one last thing.
Oh.
And they point to Jebabu. Who are you?
This is Javabu.
I'm gonna respond in giant and say, my name is Jogu. I come from very far away across the sea.
My name is Javabu. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Well,
Okay. I've seen your kind before, and past the Oss River, there's a few still around. Someone as large as you clearly can. I mean, she obviously stands out, but
you say past the
I
what
I
river?
know that Dorak has had great interest in employing many of the frost giants, but I've always wondered if he had tried to employ your kind. I'd be wearisome of any offers you gain. But if that is the case, it might be a way to trick them per se. I'm not sure though.
Thank you. And you said you are from Flat Elk.
I'm from
What
Flat
do
Oak,
you?
yes.
What is your opinion on Dorak and
I
the
hate him.
current
Dorak
going
is
on?
vile. He caused our people to flee from our lands. The proper... What was that second thing you said?
I don't remember. Keep going.
Uh, the proper leader of Flat Oak was the Oracle of Scotty, and beneath them, um, whichever Moose Knight there is at the time, which I've directly served under Attic. However, I fear Dorak has appointed a new Moose Knight. Not to say that they don't have the right to, but in my heart it shall always be Attic until I'm the next rightful heir. I believe, albeit I do not know if Attic still lives. I don't know. I do know that they recovered quite well from their, parasitic incident, albeit they're no longer there, have befriended the thing within them, if that means anything to you, if Abaddon's told you much. But I don't know if I knew of that, actually, now I think about it. I hope I didn't spill my welcome.
Hmm.
Anyway, be on your way if you wish.
No, thank you. It is most welcome. Um, you say a teak or attic is is possibly dead. Do you know where his last rumored whereabouts were?
My guess would be Flat Elk, but it's possible they've escaped. If they did, I know there's a place. How trustworthy is your group? How trustworthy are you all? How well do you know each other? I don't want to just. I think I could whisper it to you.
So, I think they're directly asking you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Well, you're talking to giant, so only.
Oh, I guess
Only
that
those
means
people would
most of the
understand
humans
us.
in the group probably don't know. Yeah, so there's that.
I'm
You
just
would know
gonna
that Snorri seems to be able to speak
like
giant because they said it.
I'm just gonna come a little bit closer, kind of lean in.
There is a place called Elk Fort. It might still stand. It's small and not too far from Mossfelver, past the Tusk Arch. That's a possible location they could be. Other than that, maybe if they did flee to Flacco, they might have gone to the north to Fuel. Fuel is a settlement of, well, these horned centaurs of sorts, like kind of like centaur elks or reindeer. I don't know what the term is. We've never really learned it. Meta-wise, Ian never came up with a term. I'll come up with something soon. If there's something I can't remember, I'll find it. But yes, they might have gone there, headed farther north, but who knows?
Just quickly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mr.
kind of
Abaddon?
step back a little bit and look to Abaddon.
Mr. Abaddon? Tell me that he's sleepwalking now.
Oh my
Tell
god,
me
they
that
are!
he's.
Oh,
No. Butcher comes in with a steel chair.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Because it
Just
felt
like that.
appropriate too. I'm waiting with bated breath for what he's about to say.
That was like that's a good time to interrupt too. What the hell?
Like,
Jack!
and we got the perfect snore at the perfect time to where like it just
Yeah.
answered your question only after you asked it.
You don't want to believe.
I want to believe this has got to be trolling, right? Like it can't be real, right? It can't be like this perfect today. He's
Oh
gone.
my
He's
god.
gone. He's gone.
To be clear,
Oh
they did
my
say they were
goodness.
really tired.
No, that's
Yeah.
just
Just
so
like,
fucking
for him.
funny. Oh my
It
What
was
time is it for them?
they're 6 hours ahead.
So 1:15
I think
or
2.
2:15?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that was so funny. Can you tell me?
if you want to give a boom point for him, you can.
No,
Oh
that
my god.
Yeah, boom point for sleep
Do we
talking.
want?
I'm gonna just mute it
That's
for
crazy.
the time being.
Okay.
Oh my
okay.
fucking god. Can you tell me?
No, like
Man,
really.
it wasn't okay. It wasn't that funny. Okay, you've been laughing for the last 3 minutes straight about that. Come on, it
You
wasn't
know,
that funny.
I
It was
It
funny,
was-
but
to be fair, like I feel like it's this situation. Like I heard clearly, please tell me, and I was
Yeah,
muted as well. I'm like,
yeah.
uh-huh. And then a snore, and I was just like, there's no fucking way.
So he tells
Seriously.
Abaddon nothing.
It's a good meme.
I don't think
Yeah,
he's gonna answer the 6th time. I'm not gonna lie.
The person or Abaddon? I'm confused. What? Oh, you gotta get
Abaddon. Yeah.
Where's
Maybe the ping might wake him up. Who knows?
No.
Nah, he's gone now. He's gone.
If us laughing didn't wake
Yeah,
him
nah,
up,
he's gone.
Oh wait, he'll wake up in 30 minutes and be like, "When did I go to sleep?" That's what he asks every time. Wait, where were we?
Okay, so I
we
guess
begin to continue on our way past the Goliath people.
Okay. So you keep going. And I'll say this: you guys end up like it's around 2 p.m. right now. You're making good time. Um, you continue going. And as you're walking, do another perception check. Actually, yeah. Well, sorry. People whose passive perception is like 15 or 16 or higher, I'd say towards your left into the woods, going westward. You guys hear movement, like quite a bit of movement. Little discerning. You can roll a perception check if you want to kind of guesstimate what it is or how far away it is, but there's definitely multiple things moving in the woods, causing the trees to kind of shake a little bit. Okay. Somewhere within like a 400 mile, sorry, 400
400 mile.
no, 400 feet range from you to the west, there seems to be like multiple large or maybe huge creatures, probably large, that seem to be kind of moving along the forest, possibly coming your way. You could probably, if you keep going your normal speed, you probably should be able to make past them. But if you stop and go a bit slower, they might get to you. You're not sure what they are exactly. It's a possibility of maybe trolls or maybe giants or ogres or who knows what, maybe owlbears. You're not sure, but whether they are, there's decent size enough to kind of push the trees around here and there. And that's what I'm kind of getting with a 29. Meaning you can, you can't. Actually, yeah, with a 29. Okay, Titus, do you think Nornless would be able to identify like an ogre or troll based off their smell?
No.
Okay. Do you think he could probably do it based off the sound of their steps or like ways they kind of creak trees? I don't think so.
No.
Okay. No one's rolls as good as that.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
Avatar. Wait, you rolled for Avatar. Oh no, Avatar earlier. That's history. Okay. Well, either way, you know that there's some large things out there. Do you guys keep moving?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you keep moving and eventually move past this kind of area creaking, and another passes, hour passes or so, and at pre-m, you guys reach Gug Boulder. Gug Boulder appears to be a riverside dwarf hold. It has like a little port area, but also there's a lot of like makeshift like walls and things. There seems to be quite a few people there. A lot of dwarves with some other groups as well. Some of them wave by you as you kind of pass. There is a couple flags up. There's some flags of certain Goliath clans, as well as some dwarven flags. And most interestingly, there is a flag depicting the symbol of the Blue Ravens.
Interesting. Very minor retcon, like probably 10 minutes ago, in game time. Sniffless, you are a prominent figure, and you are very, as respectfully as I can say it, flashy. I think it might benefit us and yourself, if you were cloaked.
Clothes.
Yes, like a cloak draped over your person.
I I don't see why not.
How much do we need to hide?
At least her
Me.
giant, vibrant wings. That
I can put them down. I don't know how much that will help.
no, I'm aware, but like they're flashy.
You need to like
like looking at your character, your wings are luminescent and like flashy colors.
Yeah. I can also change the color of my wings.
It's also the fact that that you have wings. That is a telling feature.
You know, it could help us hide if we want to keep moving.
No, no, no. I mean more of a keep her from being recognized rather than hiding.
Fair, fair. Okay.
Well, if we need that, um,
Does anyone have a cloak? Because I don't.
I do. I'm wearing one.
Oh, oh. Oh, oh.
I don't. I. If I give. Okay. Jaws, I need to ask attunement rules. If I give a cloak that requires attunement to somebody else, they don't get that ability, right?
Not until they
Yes.
attune to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it requires
So if
that.
I give my cloak, then it'll just be a generic cloak for sardonyx until
Yeah.
they give it back to me, basically. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to say some of the Rick Fairy or ancient weapons don't require attunement. Not all, a lot of them don't require attunement. So if you're dealing with something like that, then you're kind of safe to assume you're probably good to go. But for a lot of other normative magic items, assume attunement.
Yeah. I'll give sardonyx a cloak that they can tell is magical. I don't know if you want to identify it or not. It's a cloak.
I just want to wear a cloak. I've been told to wear a cloak.
You've been asked, not told.
Oh.
Now put it on.
Yeah. Like, how stealthy do we want to make them? Like, because I can cast Pass Without Trace. So,
But was literally just let's have the person who has a distinct feature cover up that distinct feature.
I kind of agree. I don't mind wearing the cloak. My mask hides my face and my skills. The cloak would be good.
okay.
Yes. And then we arrive to Gug Border.
So, do you guys continue walking or try to do anything with Cook Boulder? It seems to be a settlement that like you guys could reasonably come back to. I would say that most I would say is that you see Snorri kind of looking at there and almost kind of walking a bit slowly as he passes the place. Kind of, it looks like he's looking around quite a bit into like the port, um, trying to like make out figures and things like that.
Are we supposed to be on a different map currently? I'm not, or are we just theater in mind currently?
Oh yeah, here I'll put you guys
I just wanted to know if you had a visual.
back on the thing. I didn't. Yeah, yeah. No. You guys are supposed to be on the. I don't. I do have a visual for this map, but I haven't updated it in a long time.
Okay, no stress. Was just curious.
Yeah. As in, I think the one I had is like there's wolves there and whatnot.
Okay.
Because I originally intended people to go there right after board guard. That didn't happen. So I mean, albeit I think I should start to fix it up. I'll just look at it again. But yeah, Snorri seems to be kind of looking around, and then he kind of looks to let's say Uhtred. Uhtred, do you know once we pass this ruiny bridge up a little farther ahead, what direction you guys going?
We're going north now, so left.
Hmm.
Is that actually right? Are we actually going left? I'm trying to think. Yeah, we're going left after the bridge, right? Or are we just?
Well, there's things that Nornless has in mind. I don't know what the group. I don't fully know to what I guess based on what you're told. Nornless, you've made it clear to people that you're doing something over. I don't know if you made that clear. You're going something over here, but you have kind of made it clear in the past you guys were trying to head to Flat Out, correct?
Yeah, that was pretty clear.
So,
But
so you would get if
so-
you think you're going to Flat Out, then yeah, that would be
left
something to
after
know.
that. Okay. Yeah, we're going left after the bridge.
Mm.
Why is that? Is someplace you want to go?
My chance of finding my father would either be it here, maybe at Nottingham. We passed that a while ago. Or Dordil. To me it's a 50-50 Gug Boulder Dordil.
Or if you want to keep going
And
to
I don't know
Dordil,
if I'd rather leave the group now or later. And don't worry, I'm not gonna keep that boat. I don't need it. I'll just leave it in
well,
possession when you can attune to it.
yeah. Mm,
If he's not fair, I might meet up with you later. But
is
even
that
if I
actually a
don't
place
meet
called
him,
Oh No on the map? What is
yeah.
the?
Mhm.
Even now you noticed. Meta-wise, that is what used to be a refugee camp, and now it's oh no because something might have happened to the refugee camp.
Gotcha. Cool. Um. Yeah. Is that something I'm supposed to know in character or no?
You would get the idea that if you guys are heading to Flat Elk, you wouldn't be going up the same necessary road to Dordil, so he could either go on their own and pass by some questionable areas, or leave now and maybe meet up with you later. But either way, it's not just his father. He used to live in these locations. He could probably know a lot more people. It might be a little iffy on his end because there might be some. He's a little scared about doing this for a lot of reasons. But also, it's not like he's gonna be in poor hands necessarily. I mean, maybe the dwarves like hate him now. You don't know.
Yeah. I put my hand on like Snorri's shoulder. Snorri, you do what you have to do. All of us here are just together to get stuff done that we want to do. If you want to go to Dordil to see your father, I see no reason not to.
But he could also be here in Gug Boulder, and I don't want to stop you guys.
At this point, Norlis speaks up. Um, it's actually, let us take a brief break here. There's some things I'd like to discuss with a few individuals before we continue on, and this is likely the safest place we are going to be for quite some time. That was not in response to Snorri, that was just out loud.
Okay. Snoring, since I did hear that, seems to have been like, okay, just in case weird things happen, I'll just hand this to one of you guys. And he ends up putting the boat just in like somewhere in like the carriage, probably where your feet would be.
Okay.
Maybe in Abaddon's lap. And then seems to kind of walk along into the settlement. He looks to be stopped initially, but then some dwarves seem to look at him, let him pass, and then they give some mixed signals, and then some dwarves like walk by and give him some high fives. Albeit they're not amazing because dwarves and dragonborn are like at different angles. So Snorri wasn't necessarily expecting a high five, so it was kind of a weak high five at first, but then they leaned down and did some proper high fives.
Cool. I love the anatomy of high fives. Yes, no, if, who do I want to gather, actually? No, I suppose just about everyone, yes, no. Um... Hmm. And Norlis will look around. Or are we currently in the settlement? The way you made it sound, we were standing outside of
You
it,
guys are
because...
like along. So the idea is like, how do I want to say this? I think the best way to frame this is you guys would basically be kind of like. I might need to reform how I kind of had that mind for it, but oh wait, I think I do have a map for this place. That one's maybe older than I originally intended. Let me just pull that up and I'll show you. Okay, let me just look at this to make sure it's okay. Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, Gook Boulder's a little different than I remember. Okay, actually, this works out fine. This actually works great. So you guys are on top of it, kind of.
God, that's a lot
So
of
Gook
zooming out.
Boulder's by the river, and basically, like, you guys can cross it, Yeah, so let me reframe that. They walked down below, and there were some guards by like the under harbor, I guess, and they like kind of got past him and high fived some people.
So is Gug Boulder located underground?
Yeah, kinda. Gug Boulder. So there's like it is basically like a raised area. There's like so basically kind of think of it like one side of the river is kind of like a cliffside, and along that cliffside, built into it, is Gug Boulder, and it's a dwarf hold. It's actually called Gug Boulder Hold, I'm pretty sure. So like that's the kind of indicator.
But it
of
is
that.
a subterranean settlement then, yes?
A lot of it is, yeah.
Okay. Um,
But I would say, and along here and outside, like this, on top of here, is where you'd see the flagpoles.
got it. I think we actually have more privacy out here than is within the settlement. And he kind of ushers them off the path they've been traveling on, and gathers everyone together to speak to them. So, information I have been gifted through the means of an item I possessed, revealed to me a few things. As most of you are aware, I think most, if not all, the current journey northward is to, well, find my son so that I may bring him home bring him home safely. He was a member and leader of the Blue Ravens, the sigil you see up on that flag post. And I'm certain that many of you have heard of him, if not known him, in your travels at this point. His name is Felden. And that is the journey myself and the compatriots I've brought along with me largely have in mind. I use this item, and through its gift, I learned of a way in which I could reach him safely, or as safely as possible. And I was informed that doing so in that manner, and he kind of, I guess you would say sheepishly, looks at Sardonyx, and I promise I wasn't holding this information willfully. I just needed to wait until we were closer to its importance to address it. By fulfilling the requirements in which were laid out to me to meet and find my son, I was told that it would doom upwards of 80% of Agdala. And I don't truly want that. Obviously, I hope that's obvious, but... yes, no, I suppose that's the information at hand, and this is where I, get chastised for not revealing it sooner. Thank God, the poison I put in everyone's tea finally kicked in and they all died. I leave the party. They're all dead.
Uhtred
What I will
stands there
say
silently.
is, okay, some of the like humans seem little, maybe mostly neutral in this. They don't, have any deep, ties to Agdollar. Whale Daughter has heard of Agdollar. she knows enough about it to know to basically be like, oh shit, you're sardonyx with $1. That's a big deal. She has some perhaps religious views which might be iffy in regards to $1. But she seems not to love the fact that that would be the case if a lot of people would die. So there's that, and that's on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, Snorri's downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what do you suggest we do?
I do not know. I could attempt to ask different questions in hopes of different answers, but I don't know if that'll change anything. I also couldn't see the correlation in which locating my son would cause Akdala's doom, so that was hard to pass from me. It's actually the
Do an
time.
insight check.
Who?
You.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off. I feel bad doing that. Go on.
Yeah, don't do it again. I'll kill you. I don't know fucking shit. That's a 7.
What did you roll?
7. I don't get anything with a 7.
Oh boy.
I don't get anything with a 7.
Now, I want to just state, I think the very least you would know that whatever feature affects it would be stuff that the later person told you, and that's all I'll say.
I do not understand the context of what you just said.
Yeah, that's what I'll give you with the number
Okay,
7.
cool.
I'll be vague enough that you don't know what I'm talking about.
I literally have no idea what that means. That's totally fine. I've lost my train of
Laughter
thought.
person.
I'm thinking,
I
how can finding your son do
yes, no, that's
80% of $1?
that's my thought is either him and the group that he's with would be protecting them in a manner in which they would not if I located him safely, or it's inevitable. Without gross changes to the current expected timeline. I'd like to say I am a humble man, and I don't greed for much. But part of me did just wish to not care in hopes that I could just rescue my son, but I have far too much of a conscience to willfully do that, and not only that, my son would quite honestly never forgive me were I to willfully allow that. So I don't necessarily know what to do at this moment. We could...
It's more... What could hold such a threat to $1 that it wipes 80% of it?
Okay, another meta-wise, Akdollar is like not a city. It is a large. It is a town of sorts. It's like a mountaintop village town. But it holds the majority of your clan. There's nowhere else in the world that has more of your clan. There's another place that has some of your clan, but there's nowhere in the world where there's that many of your clan congregate in one place.
I mean, it'll take an army to...
But it is well defended. It's about the size of Flat Elk, is what I should have said.
Okay.
It's it'll take an army for something that level of cut. I don't even know it.
I truly do not know either. Let me think a moment. I I can attempt to meditate and hope to be gifted a more apt or utilitable amount of knowledge, but that will take another hour. And we are approaching our destination. I forgot to mention this part. It was less important than the others. Our current location goal is, correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, the Frost Lakes is where we need to go.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I think to make this the easiest, go in the other chat.
Everyone was
I don't.
there. Everyone there was there for the whole scene. I just don't remember the location.
Okay, so okay, sure. So basically, there was two things you needed to do.
Yes.
In order to get your the outcome you wanted, and this outcome is basically the way to get to see Felden the fastest. It's not necessarily the most ethical way, but is the fastest by far. And what you have to do is two things. One, there is some ruins north of you that used to be the Aslog, of the Aslog clan. They're the ones I was referring to. Once you get there, you need to make some type of thing in the sky and get the attention of two people. Well, you know who those are.
Mm-hmm.
Then, the place you will meet Felden, if in that circumstance, is the farthest west of the three Frost Lakes. If you go to one of the other ones, then you will be a couple more days until you see Felden. But if you do the latter thing, the Frost Lakes, going there is fully dependent on harm to Akdalar. If you go and meet them, if some other circumstance happens and you wait longer to see your son, assumedly that stuff with Akdalar won't happen, but you do not know.
Okay. I would like to request an hour's time to see if I could find a more appropriate solution to this. I understand I just dropped an explosive amount of information on at very least one of you. I understand Jevabu, Kovarim, Utrecht, you probably don't have terribly vested points of view on this, but do you have anything you'd wish to say at this moment, or a rebuttal or a condemnation?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. Whatever you guys think. I have no connection.
Understood. Kovarim?
Wait, like, as if the destruction of Akdalar doesn't matter, or?
Yeah, why would they care? They're not from there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, Sardonyx
fuck
is
them,
gonna hear
okay.
that.
Okay.
If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
And you're telling me that Utrecht is going to make a bad charisma play. Oh my god. The horror.
She's like, it's like, and I don't care to hear me. You know what? Good. I hope they get murdered now.
I was more so giving that as a quick like moment for if Sardonyx wanted to yell at you if you could, but yeah, just like a reminder of that. Okay. Sorry, not to take up the thing. That's the next person. Sorry about that.
You know, preferably, you know, let's not nearly genocide a clan of people.
Okay. I agree. Mr. Devabu? If you are talking, you are not being heard.
Yes.
Now you are.
Um, I understand. Yes, we must do what we can to get your son back.
You're like there's a but there.
Um, I believe Corin said it.
Understood. Miss Nicholas, do you have anything more you'd like to say before I attempt to find a better means?
I just don't know what to make of the situation. I guess the only option is for you to find a different way, perhaps?
And that is what I will try. Um, I will need to meditate for a notable duration. I'd ask if I could just be kept safe in the meantime while I do so.
Understood.
Thank you, and I'm sorry for not bringing this up sooner. I didn't quite know how I was still doing the mental gymnastics of how the two situations correlated. Nornless will sit down with his back against a nearby tree, crisscross applesauce, and begin to meditate. Ian,
Okay. So, I was waiting for a. Okay.
waiting for a what?
Is anyone going to try anything as you do that, or no?
I get stabbed 30
Yeah,
seconds
try to
in the
kill him.
back.
No, like, yeah, what, like, what
No,
can we do?
there's a
We don't
different.
know where he is.
Okay,
You
I
know?
sent someone a message. I didn't know if they wanted to engage in that. Okay. Um, in that case, you eventually kind of
I wait. Um,
Yes.
eh, I, this thing you're doing, can others join you?
I. I do not know.
I would I would like to speak with this person as well, or try at least. Eh,
The only thing I can surmise is if I maintain contact with you while I meditate, perhaps you will join me in the vision I am gifted. It's. I see no.
At this
It's
point,
worth a try. I can't guarantee you will see more than an old Fearbog holding your hand for an hour, but
right, let what more do I got to lose? Let's try.
I. Yes, let's. And I suppose Sardana sits next to them and they hold hands as
okay.
they begin to meditate.
Well, you manage to drift into sleep, and you awake in this familiar-ish stairwell of area of stairs in this dark cavern, and you look to, well, down the stairs, and as you look to your hand, and you seem to be holding Sardonyx. Sardonyx, you notice, you're on this strange dark pathway, this tunnel of sorts that seems to be going upward on these stairs. You're holding hands with Normless. You can look down, and there seems darkness below you. The stairs, there's not well-lit candles that way, and above you there are not well-lit candles. It's darkness either way.
I'm surprised that worked. And Norlis begins leading them upstairs.
You manage to move up, and eventually you return to the room. The room looks mostly the same. It's possible. There's definitely changes, but it's hard to really make out those changes. Like it's not like you're necessarily were like memorizing the specific layout of where various items are in this room, but it looks mostly the same.
Ooh, you guessed right. You brought a friend. Ooh.
You hear as a witchy woman of sorts with long hands seems to sprawl out from behind a rock. This is a different one. You don't really remember seeing this one. It must be the third or fourth. You're not sure how many. Well, actually, I think there might be 4 Norns.
I believe there's 3, canonically.
Oh.
Your world might be different, but I think the lore is 3.
Okay, there is 3. This is the third one, per se.
Yes, it was actually their idea. I won't take credit for it. Greetings, Third Norn. I'm certain you're aware of it, but my name is Nornless Andrin, and this is Miss Sardonyx Nymphalis.
Okay. She looks like an old woman. She doesn't appear to have a mask, weirdly enough. Until you look at her further, and it almost looks like her face is stitched on. But it's hard to really tell, because of the lighting in the room. It could just be like a tattoo, maybe? But it's hard to tell.
Ooh. State what you wish to again. Or don't.
Yeah. Wish to find and return my son home in the safest possible manner, in which would have the most positive impact upon Akdala's prosperity.
Ah, that's a very different but expected route. But are you certain? In that case, very different things. You are to go to Akdala. You will stay there for 5 years.
Oh my. Sorry.
Ask that your son do not come there. Do not directly contact him, or in any way. Trade in Akdala will increase greatly, and prosperity will increase. Your group's presence there, as well as your own, will be great. Your son in 5 years will meet you. They may not enjoy that you've chosen to do these things, but this guarantees your safety, that of your son, and of Akdala. However, that does not necessarily mean your mental health will be at great bay. It will be in the best state, but that is the least of your worries, per se. Or
There are other quicker ways that can still help Akdalar. But first, I know you've brought a a friend. For what purpose did you do that?
I believe they wanted to ask questions as well. Oh wait, sick. Can Sardonyx not hear this conversation currently?
I left and returned. I
Okay.
can hear.
Okay. I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, that's your answer? What is hers?
Am I allowed to revise or ask a differently worded question or?
Yes, but as I said, there are faster ways and I can give you them if you wish. But that is the absolute most in terms of safety towards Akdalar and towards your son.
Understood.
And it requires some other things too, but we can get into that if you truly wish for that option. It's not the most interesting though.
Miss Nicholas, you are free to speak, I suppose.
I guess I kind of just want to know what ways that would bring your son safe and keep Agdala safe as well.
Well, there's some complicated other circumstances that you need, but as long as there's a powerful wizard in Akdalar, or any settlement that size, that's surely a means to protect it. Woohoo! But there are other ways that are shorter, but aren't as direct, as in perhaps the shorter ways won't necessarily lead to economic success in Akdalar. But that's assumedly what you meant, but maybe not. Maybe it's not. But why would I say it if it's not? Do I have ulterior motives? Ooh, I might not. I probably don't, but I could. But why would I be speaking to you if I did? Why would you be here if I had any total ulterior motives?
I feel like I am looking into Ian's psyche currently. I feel like
I
this is
don't
what is.
even know how to respond.
I feel like this is what is actively like in Ian's brain, and I am befuddled.
I can't
Okay.
tell if that's a nice thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Oh,
I don't
As
think
you-
it. I don't
That's
think.
crazy.
I don't
That's
think it's
crazy.
either. I think it's a very neutral statement. It's just
as she's speaking in this way,
Yes.
her face seems to peel off, and not
Delicious.
necessarily a way that causes you distress. Like it kind of peels off, but it's not like a bunch of gore underneath. Rather, it forms, and whatever's underneath is not really. You don't really perceive it until it kind of forms into something, which is a mask. It's kind of hard to even tell if per se the face that kind of fell off is the mask. It happened in a way that's hard for you to really perceive. And they look like this.
Oh,
I wasn't too far off. Okay.
okay.
Now, let's make it simple. I'll give you some answers I think you want to hear. So I'll say this. Firstly, your last time here. Your best option for all the good routes that are not that route I have just told you does require you to get the attention of Velian and Attic by that bridge ruin of the Aslog clan. There you will cause something in the air to get their attention and come to that location. What you do with them is varied, but that is what is necessary for most of these routes above. If you head to the most western Frost Lake, that doesn't necessarily mean Agdaller's doomed, but that is the highest likelihood of the potential sub-outcomes. That is, however, a place you need to be to see your son the absolute soonest. It could be today or tomorrow that you see your son if you go for this route. It may be dangerous though, but I say today. Maybe it'll be late today, maybe in the midnight, maybe not hey, this time zone. Time zones are so fucking silly. I love them so. Anyway, I before we get into the nitty gritty, I need to know something.
Yeah.
Who do you trust? I'll be more specific. In your group, there is a man, or, well, currently a man, named Abaddon. Do you trust him?
I trust that they have my best intentions in hand.
Okay.
It sounded like you said gay for a moment, and I chuckled. I know it was okay, but I heard gay.
Do you trust Kororim?
I trust that they have their best intentions in hand.
Okay. Now, answer me this. What do you think their best intentions are? Oh, I just wonder what their intentions are. I know them fully, but I want to know what you think.
I do not know them terribly well. As far as I can tell, their best intentions are profits.
Oh, you know them only halfway. There's many things they wouldn't have done if profits were truly their goal. You're too good of a person for that, at least historically, but maybe things have changed. They have a very circumstantial circumstance. Things go wild with them in some ways. Ooh, but they're a tool for you, or they can be. You see, they possess many of the, well, there's ways I could verbalize this, but maybe I won't. Maybe I will. But no, they are a indicator of various different outcomes in your path. Simply put, their presence in your party helps dictate certain things. For they have an item amongst them that matters greatly to some others, and that item can help change the future of Agdallar. If you know what that item is.
I kind of turned to sardonyx, like with a raised eyebrow. Do we?
For the most part, I don't think we do. We just know the bare minimum of them, I guess.
Which means you didn't trust him enough to know. You could have known easily. You had many routes to, but you chose not to. But maybe in the future you can make those choices. But will you? I don't know. But let's get down to the point. If they go to Mossfelver, the circumstances of Agdallar change greatly. But it's fully on if you can convince them to make the right choices in regards to Agdallar. That's one of the things. However, the likelihood of this coincide with you seeing Felden extremely soon. are not quite in regards to, well, the best outcomes. Meaning, it may be in your best interest to go to the middle of a Frost Lakes first and see Felden 2 days after you've seen them there. But there's another route. Or is there? You tell me. What do you think?
Believe that there is a route within the span of a maximum of 2 months of time in which I can find and bring my son to safety while also ensuring that Akdala does not befall great or notable harm. That is what I believe.
If you wait 2 days, once reaching the Frost Lakes, to see your son, then good. However, note, you are not that fully who controls that fate. You have to be lucky at that point. It's all on luck. Your son could find you first. But that doesn't mean that Agdalar is doomed. It just, well, it can mean that. It just depends on the specifics. And why would I tell you the specifics? What could you get out of stepping on one piece of grass and the other? But maybe I could. I could do that, but how accurate is your body? Your autonomy to make the direct movements, direct choice in time which your blood flows in one direction in regards to your spatial zone. All these things are so intricate. Intricacy is what is wonderful about this. But here's the thing. Roll a con saving throw, Norlis.
Oh, I'm great at those, said no wizard ever. I'm totally about to absolutely fucking beef it. I'm already.
I really hope you do. This will be really
I'm getting angry before I roll. Like that's where I'm at right now. I don't want to
really
click.
hope
I
you
really
found
don't
this.
even want to click the button.
Do it. Okay,
I'm using my inspiration.
Oh, come on.
Motherfucker!
Okay. Your skin around your mouth, like, forms solid and you cannot speak. Your lips, like, fuse together. Okay. I want to talk to the girly. Let's see what choices you can make. What was your
Very
name?
well then. My name is Hydronix Nymphalis.
Okay. What do you want out of this? And also, will you go to the Foster Ruins?
What holes in the
If you
foster
don't know where those
ruins?
are, then you assumedly aren't going there. Unless you decide to now. But why would you?
Fair points. All I want is to help people. I want Nornalis to get his son safely and return home. But I also want the safety of that dollar. Besides other things.
I think we have a different route now that I'm thinking about it. It's just, there's another group that I was kind of helping out a little bit, but we don't need to help out that group, it's fine. So, what you can do is, well, play it safe. Go to the ruins north of you, and make sure that a signal is made to Velian and Attic. But make it clear to them to go to the Tusk Arch. That is where you will meet them. On the way, things might be pretty bad for you guys. But if you can get through that, you'll be good. And you'll meet some people in the Elk Fort. Whether Felden will be there is dependent on a bunch of factors that are highly deterministic on other people. But you gotta understand. Actually, you don't have to understand. That was a lie. Or was it? Let's get back to business. Do you understand what I said?
I do.
Okay. Well, I can say this. Dollar should be fine if you make the choices you need in Elkfort and go to Mossfelver. But I can't say the same at all for a particular other clan. You see, the Sunder clan might be in a whole other fun circumstance. And when I say fun, I say fun in a way that doesn't relate to how you say fun, or maybe it does. It's just a word. Words change meaning all the time. And she seems to like spew something out of her mouth and it kind of drools down her neck and she kind of grasps at it and pushes it in a tissue and kind of moves it away. I think I'm speaking too long.
Before this is over, I have one question for you.
Yes.
So you say if Nonolith follows his passion and meets his son safely, harm will come to Ekdalder. If I follow mine and do the latter and go to Mossfelder, harm comes to the Sunder clan.
Yes.
But what if we go to the Frost Tundra?
If you go to a Frost Tundra. Wait, well, firstly, that was Norm's goal. They were to get the attention of his people and then head to the Frost Lakes and go to the most western one. And if they go to the center one, or the most eastern one,
No.
they won't see.
I'm not
their son
talking
in
about the
several days.
lakes. I'm talking about the tundra itself,
Well,
where
there's
there's
many destinations
supposedly.
there. Do you mean the Frost Tundra proper, or the Flat Elk Tundra fields?
I think I mean the fields, where
Okay,
there's
'cause-
supposedly a battle going.
Well, a battle is more complicated, because I think a battle already ended. There's various troops surrounding that area, but also, why would I tell you that? I'm not here about the present, I'm here about the future.
And what future is in store if we go there?
Go, all of the futures. I was always assuming you were to go there. Are you saying you were intending on going south after you've gotten Velian and Attic? That's an
No.
interesting route. You mean that would be not going there per se? And those are not what I expected from you. But that's not what you said, did you? You said you were asking if you did go there, which, again, is all your options, unless you somehow didn't. Do you tend to climb mountains? Or teleport or something?
But I ask another question.
Do you intend to sail from your log
If
and move out of the Flat Elk Tundra? Things change if you don't go to a Flat Elk Tundra, but are you willing to make that change? And is it a worthwhile one?
I am going I am going to nod.
Oh. I'll have to look at some
Oh.
other things. I was really not expecting that route for you. Oh, that's interesting. My sisters will
That
like
down
this.
nod
I'm
was
a
not to
sister.
you. I nodded to Nautilus.
Oh. That
Well-
makes me a little upset.
For my final question, is there a route that would bring his son back safely? And I'm not going to talk about protecting our dollar or protecting the Sunday clan. I'm pretty sure if we look for an option for both, another clan will be at fault.
Bring him back to where?
But what if?
No, you have to answer me. Bring him back to where? I only told you about the safety of getting to the Frost Lake and his son being there. After that, things are varied in terms of his son's safety.
Hmm.
Ask me your question. Be clear. I'm waiting. Or am I? I could end this and send you back right now. If you can't
And
say
what
anything.
if we What about if we kill Dorak?
That is a very hard to do thing. But you can, and that will change things greatly. But that will make it the likelihood of harm coming to Agdollar is extremely low if that occurs.
Then
The
I guess I was right
Thunderclan
in my first
will be
assumption.
safe if that occurs. However, the dangers towards the son of Nornless, Nosfelden, are not fully dependent on that. Heroes are dependent on other factors. You know? We're getting into complexities that are maybe outside of your range. Or maybe they're not. I will say though, this isn't the first time we've met, or at least, kind of. I recognize your bodily form.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I've seen Saku a long time ago.
Why? What does Zago have to do with me?
Do you not get it? Do you not understand that you are in that person's image?
I guess I look like them. I've been told this a lot, but
It's not merely that. Have you not pieced the things? You are that born again. Is that not obvious to you? Have you not met others yet? Oh, maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't met others like that. Oh, that's so silly. It's not like this matters, or maybe it does. If you think this is some big moment for you, then oh well. That's silly of you, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's meaningful to embrace that. Or maybe it's silly and pointless. Anyway, what choices are you going to make?
I guess we'll leave that up to fate.
Bitch, who do you think I am? Who do you think we are?
Exactly.
We're the fucking Norns! We're fate, you bitch! I don't mean that in an offensive way, but I kind of do! What do you mean leave it up to fate? We're fate! Or, like, kind of. Or we manage it. Why even say that? That's so silly. Are you heading to Elk Fort? Oh, wait. I probably wasn't even supposed to say that yet. I can give you a scalpel if you want your friend to speak.
Or you can just undo what you did.
I can. And she snaps her fingers. Normalist, you can now speak.
Okay.
your like whatever was your gums seem to like not gums your lips seem to part and like a not it doesn't feel good, but you can now speak a little bit. It's gonna be a little phlegmy. Your mouth's filled with phlegm and like spit probably, but that's only gonna be the initial couple syllables affected. You're not getting what you wanted to happen here, aren't you? You had all sorts of choices.
That I wouldn't get that last time.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's the point here. But there's lots of things. Well, I'll try to finish this up. How long are you okay with seeing Felden?
How long until I see Felden?
When do you want to
Am I okay to wait? Is that the how you meant the
you want to
question?
wait 5 days? If you want to wait 4 days, that's fine. If you want to do it as soon as possible, that's fine. It'll just have consequences. It could be if you wait 6 years to find Felden, then 18 million people will die. But that could be a negative outcome, or maybe it's a normative outcome because of time passing. Perhaps, or perhaps it could be offered negatives.
Amenable to waiting at this current moment upwards of 2 months until I can bring my son to safety.
You won't need to wait that long, but maybe you will.
Well,
you see,
see, when I originally asked, I was told 6 years.
Happens, and maybe you will.
So that's why I'm clarifying. Upwards of 2 months is my ideal.
6 years is only if you have that other varied option. But
yes,
that's
no. But that was the answer I was given, so that's why I'm clarifying.
Safety in a lot of ways, like economic safety.
I simply
do not. If you're ready to leave, you can leave, but I want to know what goal you fought to achieve today.
My goal was to receive a semblance of information in which would allow me to bring my son to safety while also not dooming my friend Miss Nicholas's hometown.
Well,
or the large population
I already gave you
therefore
an option
of.
for that.
You asked me a question. I answered the question.
Okay, I know what you'd say too. That's why I cut you off. Because I already knew. Anyway. Sorry, not really. Or maybe I'm sorry. Maybe I think you're a good person. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Anyway, what I was telling Sardonyx, or should I say Zagu?
But don't call me that.
You could. Why not? Oh, are you afraid that someone's going to pin you down and try to rip your jaw off? Only for Tartalk to save the day?
What
Is
are you
that what's
talking
gonna
about?
happen? Oh, you don't remember? You don't remember when Flager was gonna rip your jaw off? Because he thought you were gonna drop a boulder on Taylor. But he didn't care really, he just wanted an excuse to beat someone up. And you couldn't beat him because anytime you stabbed him, his flesh would go back to normal. If you cut up one of his thumbs, it would regrow. Oh, it was fun. Too bad Tartalk saved the day and he did the impossible.
This woman
Back to
is
my
clearly
point.
insane.
I'm not insane. I'm stating history. Don't you read the books? These are things that happened. And meta-wise, actually, things I will literally put to the thing. I haven't written down. I haven't posted it yet. Anyway, but let's say, simply put, what I told Sardonyx was that you could tell Velian and Attic to head to the Tusk Arch, and you would try to head there as well. Bloodshed may meet you on the way, but you may power through. It will be dangerous, but if you get there, you head farther north,
and you will meet some of the Blue Ravens, and possibly Felden. However, you seeing Felden there is dependent on factors that you fully can't control. So it's not an absolute, but it gives a lot more credence to $1. Since, well, a lot of reasons. Is that a better alternative for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the negative, as I've stated, is some harsh things might happen to the Sunder clan. But, that's gonna happen too if you get to the original plan we discussed. So yeah. This is fun. I have so many questions for you, but I don't really need to answer them because I already know the answers. I want to ask about what you think about Zench, and you'll probably give me some silly answer that doesn't even transpire close to the threat they possess. Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
Well, you
And
are
you don't even
fate.
care about
It would be
Clamdar, that silly fucking name.
Clamdar?
Yeah, the man who's coming to kill your son. But you already knew that. I hope. Maybe you didn't. Actually, I know you didn't. Or maybe I did. Or maybe I'm lying. Or maybe I'm giving you unspecific answers because they're technically not intended to do that, but they kind of are because of functionality.
Breaking like we're going above table just a moment. I feel like I remember hearing the name Clandar before. Can I be
Clandar, not Clandar. Clandar's racist.
It's
Oh.
Clowndar.
Okay,
Clamdar?
Clowndar is not racist anymore. Some of those aren't
CLANDAR?
canon. That was kind of a fun thing, but no.
You
A
said
Clamdar.
Clamdar.
Clamdar is who we're actually talking about.
Like a clam dar.
Yeah, like a clam.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Clam dar. Okay, I misheard. I feel like I've heard that name before. Can I roll
You
it?
have.
I don't remember them.
You may have seen them very recently, but yeah.
Was it the person on the ocean?
Yep.
Yes.
That was them.
Okay.
That was assumedly them.
Right.
I don't know if you. I think it was Sardonyx who got the role, but yeah.
No, I was me.
Oh.
No, it was him.
It
I
was
was
me.
busy rowing,
Yeah.
so
His name
I
was
didn't
Clandar.
notice.
Clam dar.
If
Yeah.
I would have
Oh.
noticed,
Clandar would be the racist, but I'm not sure if I want to keep that in the setting.
Okay.
I assumed
Okay.
it was Clamdar because he
Yeah,
was like on the
Clamdar is who we're
ocean.
talking about. It's just that I have a bunch of Dars characters.
Gotcha.
There's
Okay.
also Swamp Dar and
So based on
Blandar and
what
Plandar.
you just
Blandar's
said,
dead.
take Clamdar, coming to
No,
clear
Blandar's
yourself.
not dead. Sorry, it's Plandar.
Okay.
Quandar that's dead.
Understood.
Okay, yeah,
That's
Blandar's still alive.
I couldn't. I'm like that name sounds familiar, but I couldn't remember quite place it. I got it. Thank you.
In the very least, Sardonyx would know that the only relation Clamdar would have with anything hunting would be Zench.
Well, Zinch and the other Zalago, but yes.
Well, yeah.
And given things that I don't know if you would know, but Norns might be able to know because of a dream sequence, would be that his son escaped from Zench, meaning his son assumedly. Well, there's some other stuff, including some prophecies and whatnot from a while ago. But either way, his son is someone who had direct contact with him and also has a Zalago inside, and Clamdar kills any Zalago they see on their journey to find Zinch. So the likelihood is they would likely meet them on that journey, given the circumstances.
Understood.
But there also might be in things that you don't know, like who they're tracking. I'm giving you vague answers. I'm sorry. This is meta stuff. I shouldn't be telling you.
It's okay.
That's
it's
fine.
Okay. We can.
Okay.
It is.
I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get back to. Thing. Okay, sorry about this long weird session. Okay, either way. Final thing to reiterate. Here are your options. Option 1. You go south and stay in Akdalar for 6 years. That's option 1. Option 2. You go to the bridge, the ruined bridge of the Aslo clan, just north of here, and you get the attention of Villian and Attic. Then you head to the most western Frost Lake, and that's where you'll find Felden. This route has negative consequences to the Sunder clan, but particularly
the Stoneflapper clan due to something that will happen at some point in time in regards to $. Option 3. You do the same as option 2, but you had to a middle link. You will see your son in 2 days. However, there is possibility of things happening between then and now, and a lot of unforeseen outcomes and uncertainties. $. Is still on the table here, but it's still a little varied. Option 4. You go to the ruins, the bridge ruins, and you do the same thing. However, this time you specify for Velian and Attic to go to the Tusk Arch. You will then head there. The path there will be very dangerous to you. But you will head there and then go to a place called Elk Fort. There you might find Felden. The likelihood of bad things happening to $. Is lessened severely if you head there, due to other circumstances relative to that general location. However, the possibility of negative aspects to the Sunder clan is increased. Do you understand those 4 options? Because those are just 4 of the many options to take.
Yes, I do. I believe there was a 5th that,
The most eastern Frost Lake?
No. Above table, I was being talked to and distracted, and I'm sorry. So this is me half-assing in character and half-assing for reiteration. If
Oh yeah, it was going to Foster.
if our group made a beeline to slay Dorak, what would the... No, that's not the way questions would need to be asked.
Yeah, there aren't really bumblefolk this far north.
If we were to slay Dorak, and that was to be our main goal, our straight-lined goal, and we accomplished it, what would the fate of Akdala and my son be?
That very depends on a lot of factors.
I'd
Simply,
imagine as
I
much.
don't think you know where Dorak is.
No.
And why would I tell you?
No.
Well, I could, depending on where you asked it. But, more specifically, it varies. Generally, though, if you kill Dorak, outcomes regarding the Goliath clans improves greatly. Your son, though, it really depends, because their main threats aren't necessarily from Dorak. They sort of are to some degree, mainly in regards to, well, maybe I'll give up a little bit, Velian and Attic, which are some of their friends, and some of our other friends that might have some issues with them, but issues with the Frostbite clan, but there are other great dangers to them besides the Frostbite clan, and even besides the Frost Giants. As I said, there's Zinch, there's Clamdar, there's even that wicked creature, that centipede fuck, whatever his name was. I forget, or its name was. I don't want to misgender the creature. And I'm not talking about the centipede spirit. That lad is divine. I mean the beast that retches and lives within the permafrost, melting it as it slides through. There are many threats to your son.
Understood. I thank you for your counsel and advice, then. May we take our leave?
Yes, but I have a question for you. Do you know who Greska Raskaru's brother is?
That name sounds familiar to me.
Meta-wise, it's the other one you spoke to. It is the middle one you spoke to.
Did they identify by name?
I
I don't think they
did.
did. I don't think they did.
Oh boy, I guess they didn't.
I don't think
That's
they
the-
did. Okay, I guess the
That's
name's
the
not
main way you
familiar.
would know who that is. Because
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
no,
imagine
no.
that will actually
Nope.
beforehand.
Nope. Don't know that name.
Really? Okay.
I
In
don't.
that case, I
I was
know they
wrong.
were going to tell you something at the end, and you cut them off, but that wasn't their name. It was the name of someone else. Remember? Okay. Well. Bye bye.
Thank you.
And
are we
you
ejected
start
or do
to
we
move
walk
in that
down?
direction,
Okay.
and if your intention is to leave, time speeds up and you leave forcibly.
Is there a staircase further up?
You don't know. As in, this room is kind of like a maze, so it might be one.
No, I more meant like, is it like ascending a tower and this was a opening to a floor and the staircase continued upwards?
Think of it more like you're deep underground, and there's a stairway that goes up and down, and then you go further up into a cave.
Got it. Okay, cool. Then yes, I lead Sardonyx out.
Okay, that was a lot.
That was.
We're gonna say that you guys might move a little further, but this is where we're gonna end the session.
Okay.
Did everyone like the session? I'm sorry for that last bit kind of went a little bit longer than I intended.
I liked it a lot
good.
personally.
Okay, because it's
Not
fun to do
Norn.
that voicing.
Terrified the fuck out of me. I'm so sorry.
Fucking Zinchian.
Oh god, I didn't even give her a name. Oh no, it's fine.
Now I don't
We'll
know
learn.
any
It's
of their
fine.
names.
No, not one.
Zinchian demon.
Yeah, those are not the Zinch is not the name of the of any
That's
of
the
the
name
Norns.
of a Zalago.
Yep. Yes, it is. Oh Christ.
Hey guys, sorry. I'm gonna get going. No boo points today for me.
Yeah,
you
but
guys
we're
have a
ending
good
anyway
night.
right now.
All right.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was leaving.
Take care.
I
Thank you.
was trying to stay up.
Alright.
Have a good one.
The person I wanted to give my point to, I just they asleep. I wanted to give it to Abaddon for speaking in giant. I was going to give it to Ian as well because that Norn was just. I'll never want to speak to that person again.
I can only think to give my boom point to Sardonyx for the idea of joining me. I thought I said that quiet enough actually not to get picked up, so that's really funny with this.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Oh, I hear everything.
I will go next and not give a point for the session today.
Okay.
Pew pew pew. Ta-ta.
I think it's Stray. Unless they don't
Yeah.
got one. Which understandable.
No boom points.
Alright.